Hello everyone, this is Mini Driver from WhatYouSeek.com, bringing to you another video review. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at the Orient World Timer CFA05001B. Here's the Orient presentation box that the watch came in, and here is the watch. This watch is quickly becoming a favorite of some members over at WhatYouSeek, and it's also one of my favorite watches in my collection. And there's much to like about this new Orient World Timer rendition. This particular watch was released for the international market as well as the Japan domestic market in January of 2009, and this watch is intended to replace the older CEY series of Orient automatic world timers. Let's take a quick look at some of the features of this timepiece. First of all, you have sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating up front, as well as sapphire crystal on the case back. It's rated to 100 meters water resistance. The screws, the crowns, it has two crowns, one at the 2 o'clock position to set the time, the date, as well as to adjust the 24-hour inner dial. This crown is screw down type. This one allows you to adjust the city names, the outer subdial. This one is not screw down. I absolutely love the dial on this watch. When you see it in person, you can really tell the amount of detail and I would say design excellence that went into this particular watch. It's got a texture surface finish inside each of the subdials and some of the dial openings, and when you look at the dial under certain lighting conditions, probably you cannot really appreciate that on a video. It has a 3D effect. It looks like the dial has some depth into it. It's a really interesting effect that they created with the texture on the dial, and probably you can see it there on the reflection of the light. It's got loom hands. The second hand is part of the main subdial, the main dial, as you can see. The markers, all of them are loomed. The loom is pretty good for an Orient. I would say that right off the bat. This watch has a pretty decent loom, and it's like I said, it's a very classy design. Here you have a 40-hour power reserve indicator, date subdial. You have an inner 24-hour scale inner dial that you can adjust to your home time. It can also be adjusted in increments of half an hour, which is very useful if you have to keep track, or if you travel to parts of the world that only observe a half an hour time zone increment. So that comes really handy. And finally, here you have an outer rim, if you can see it, with the main world city names. So you have New York, you have Chicago, you have Azores, GMT, you have London, Paris, and as you go in the dial, you're going on an eastward direction. You have Tokyo, New Zealand, you have Auckland, and then you have Alaska, Anchorage, LA, Denver, and then you're back in New York. New York is my time zone, which would be Eastern Standard Time. Let's take a look at the case. The case is brushed. It's a really beautiful case, about 12.7 or thereabouts millimeters in thickness. It's got a knurled finish to the bezel. Hope you can see it there. And the crystal does raise above the bezel, so it's not protected. You have sapphire, so that's a huge plus there. You still have to be careful. The crowns, they have protectors. They have shoulders here. And each of the crowns, I don't know if you can see it there, they're signed with the Orient logo. And again, we have more of the polish, of the brushed finish that you see on the other side. The case has a very beautiful shape, not very common, and this is a shape that is characteristic of most Orient world timers that have come before this CFA series. The case back is screw down type, and again it's got a sapphire see-through crystal. The bracelet is really nice. It has, in my opinion, the perfect weight balance, and it's very comfortable to wear. It's got the center links are all polished, so it has that Breitling look to it, and the outer sections of the links that are brushed, same as here. So they keep consistency with the side brushed case, and the brush continues alongside the links on the actual sides, so you get a consistent look. The end links, they're solid. They're completely solid. The clasp has 3 micro adjustments, push button, fold over with safety. And when you open the watch, the clasp, you are presented with a very high quality 3-piece fold over arrangement in stainless steel, and it's polished. So if you can see it there. And here's a case back. And you see that the rotor and the mainspring in action. The movement is not all that decorated compared to other Orients in its same price bracket, but it's still a very nice. It's very nice to see it. The movement used on this watch is the Orient in-house 46K40, which is used in our world timers as well. It has the accuracy and the efficient self-winder system that you have come to expect from Orient watches. It works really well. And let me see if I put it on the wrist for you guys, so you can get a feel for the look. The case is 43 millimeters wide. I have 6.5 inch wrists, so as you can see, it fits really nice. It's not a heavy watch. I would say it's the perfect weight, the perfect feel, and it looks good in the office as well as on any outdoor, I would say, weekend type of activities. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post those on the message board or send me a private message. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. If you are in the fence about getting a CFA, I hope my video has helped you make a better, more educated decision. And again, I highly recommend this watch. This is a piece that you will enjoy it for years and years to come. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.